What is up, everyone? I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees. We are live for the second time today. The New York Yankees had a pretty busy day. We're going to be welcoming everyone into the chat. So if you're new here, I'm Ryan Garcia. This is Fireside Yankees. If you're not new and this is another stream or another video for you, welcome on back. There is a lot to discuss from today's action. There's a lot to discuss regarding what's up next for the New York Yankees. And quite honestly, I'm very excited to talk about everything, get into the details, talk about Williams, talk about Bellinger, talk about the report today from Bob Nightengale regarding the Yankees' interest in third baseman Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros. Before we get into everything, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and let's get a little bit of a roll call coming here. If you are here right now and you are a Yankee fan, let's get a Let's Go Yankees going on in the chat. Appreciate you all stopping by. Let's start looking at some of the comments here. Hector Perales, hell to the no. He does not want Alex Bregman. You have Three Sons RC repeating the same thing. He's not even going to watch because he doesn't want Alex Bregman. That's a little harsh, buddy. Dom D, no Bregman. They should have traded Heel and gotten Tucker. Tucker's an absolute beast compared to what's out there. No way I want to be long-term with Bregman, Alonso, etc., etc. I still doubt the idea that the Yankees did not offer Luis Heel. I heard they did offer Luis Heel. I heard this had more to do with Jim Crane not wanting to deal with the Yankees, which I think, and honestly, I don't think the Yankees would want it to get out that they almost traded Luis Heel. I really think that's something that, quite honestly, would negatively affect the player. We saw it happen to to Torres at the 22 deadline. I think it's something that could have happened to Heel had he found out. He did post a cryptic post today thanking God, and it seemed, I don't know. You could ask me. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But I think the Cubs had more to offer the Yankees. I think Paredes and Smith with Wesneski tops the offer the Yankees could provide because Smith is a prospect that, on Baseball Prospects, I spoke to a couple of writers there, and they rank Cam Smith around where you'd rank Jason Dominguez. I know that the Astros really like George Lombard Jr., but when you're talking about two packages that are at least comparable, if you're the Houston Astros, it just makes more sense for you to deal with the Chicago Cubs, who are not in the American League, are not a direct rival to you, the way that you would look at a team like the New York Yankees if you're the Astros. Again, if you're a Yankees fan, imagine if you got two similar packages for a star player on your team. Let me use Aaron Judge, for example, in his final year. Let's say after the 2021 season, the Yankees have to trade Judge. Would you rather trade him to the Astros or the Cubs if they had the same package, right? That's kind of what you're dealing with here if you're the Astros. John Bloom, let's go chat. What's up, John? Hope you're doing well. Steve-O says, I don't think Bregman's a good fit. We'll talk about that. Dom D, Manuel, wow, I'm all over the place. Manuel, he's questioning why people would think Bregman isn't a good fit. Says he wants Bellinger, Walker, Bregman. Don't you guys want good defense? Jazz Chisholm's a second baseman, not third baseman. I do disagree with that. I do think Jazz Chisholm is a capable defensive third baseman. Don't you guys want to win? Is something Manuel adds. And we'll talk about, cost-based analysis. We'll talk about how I feel about being aggressive on this market and so much more. I'm just going to keep surveying through the chat here. Bats 207 at Yankee Stadium. He's got a good glove, but he's going to be a bad contract, and his fan base doesn't like the guy. I think Alex Bregman's numbers at Yankee Stadium are completely incidental. I think it's a small sample size thing. I'm going to pull up his splits now at Yankee Stadium. I know that they're not pretty because I've seen them before. But I do want to what I want to emphasize is not necessarily the OPS or the batting average or the slugging percentage, more so the sample size. I think sample size is extremely important when we're talking about a player's performance at a specific ballpark. At Yankee Stadium is a 634 OPS in 46 games, 46 of his career games. That's an extremely small percentage, and it doesn't factor in the fact that the Yankees just have really good pitching. The Yankees are an excellent pitching ball club. This is a team that has done an excellent job, pitching over the last few years. They've always been very good in that regard. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's just the Yankees have some really good pitchers. We talked about that with Stroman when he first signed here. I guess that became true to an extent, but I'd argue that in Stroman's case, what hurt him was the dip in velocity, not as much the ballpark. I don't think the ballpark suited him poorly. I'm going to look at and pull up his career numbers at Yankee Stadium in the postseason and see if there's anything we can find there that's of note. So I'm just going to group. We're going to get player. We want, just player. I'm just getting all this stuff for you guys. Apologies and appreciate you guys for tuning in. We have a lot of viewers in right now, and that is near and dear to my heart. Thank you guys. It really means a lot to me. It means a lot to this page. If you're not subscribed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell. I'm taking a hilarious amount of time to pull up his numbers at Yankee Stadium. We're talking about Alex Bregman, by the way, because that seems to be a hot topic issue right now. So at Yankee Stadium in the regular season, we talk about 664 OPS. But if it's the game type is the postseason, it's a 581 OPS. So, again, extend the sample size, still a small portion of his career, hasn't played well at Yankee Stadium, totally get it. But I don't think his bat plays poorly for Yankee Stadium. He would have had 25 expected home runs this past season. He played all his games here. I think that he'd see a lot of those home runs turn to extra base hits at the very least. Maybe he isn't a 30 home run hitter, but I do think he could be a 22 to 23 home run hitter and still provide contact and plate discipline that the Yankees desperately need while being an elite glove. We'll see. I could be wrong. We'll see how the Yankees' interest in him unfolds, but we'll go from there. Bregman hits in the playoffs. That's something Judge does not do. Well, and I'm not going to use this to bring down Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a phenomenal player in his own right. I'm not going to use this to springboard and go, Aaron Judge sucks in the postseason. Aaron Judge wishes he was Alex Bregman, all that stuff. But there is a track record of Alex Bregman in the postseason. In his playoff career, he has a 117 WRC plus in 99 games. Again, 99 games is a small sample size. I'm not crazy enough to say 46 games of a guy's career is a small sample size, but also ignore that 99 is also a small sample size. But in the postseason, it's quite a significant sample size. 19 home runs is amongst the most ever in the postseason. This is a guy who has a storied history in October and has winning pedigree. I think winning pedigree is something that does matter to an extent, just a small extent. And I think he'd translate well in New York, but we'll see. Bregman will make Jazz better by moving him to second. I agree. He will make this infield defense significantly better. And if you have Max Fried, which I'm not panicking about that not being official. I think that has more to do with a lot of trades being up in the air. If you announce Max Fried as a deal and you activate him, you have to place him on your 40-man roster. I believe the Yankees would like to delay that process as much as possible. Yes, Williams got announced first, but that's because a trade becoming official is different than a free agent signing. You can hold off on a free agent signing becoming official for quite some time before it does. And you can control how your 40-man space looks like. I think the Yankees are holding out hope that they can try to wither the number down the Cubs in terms of finances with Cody Bellinger. I wonder if the Yankees will recircle talks with Christian Walker, who we knew they had interest in early in the offseason. And I wonder if Alex Bregman, someone that they're going to now pursue. So I do think this has more to do with 40-man manipulation than anything of the sort. I know we had a comment about Fried somewhere there, so I just wanted to address that by throwing that in there. Can I make the deal official? L-Train, that's kind of what I'm referring to. You can manipulate the 40-man roster by not having him on the 40-man roster just yet. Bregman can actually hit lefties, something the Yankees struggled with last year. I do think the Yankees need a pretty significant right-handed bat. And I've been saying this for most of the offseason. I think the Yankees now Bregman over the last 3 years has kind of struggled against lefties, at least hitting for power against lefties, hitting for average against lefties, which I found a little bit odd. His BABIP is like 2.4. It's 204 against lefties this last year. I really don't know what's happened there. But I think having an opposite field approach or having a right field that bodes well for an opposite field approach, Alex Bregman had a lot more opposite field line drives and fly balls this year that would have left Yankee Stadium. Maybe some of those pulled fly balls don't get out, but I do think that Bregman's numbers overall have been pretty even at home and on the road. Some years it's been better on the road than at home. Some years it's been worse. His overall slugging percentage is higher on the road than it is at home. I find that interesting. But we're talking about getting someone who's an elite defender, who is a stable hitter, who is going to consistently produce for you offensively. His second half numbers were excellent. I wonder if that's an indication that he may have found something down the stretch. He hit for more power, all that stuff. So, I wonder if that's something the Yankees are more interested in Bregman because of that strong second half. Why doesn't Jazz lead off? Because I think his plate skills are better for a middle of the lineup spot because he has so much power. Whereas, someone like Jazz's profile better from a middle lineup spot, whereas this is someone like Bregman would come in. Bregman's more of a patient hitter, perhaps profile's better for the top of the lineup. Having Bregman is good. We need defense plus the ability to hit for contact. He provides contact, power, plate discipline, and defense. He's an all-around player, and he does a good job, right? So he does a good job of being a good all-around player. He's been a 4-WAR player this year, last year, the year before that. The only year he wasn't a 4-WAR player, the only years he wasn't a 4-WAR player came in 2020 when they only played a 60-game season, came in 2016 when he came up and only played 49 games down the stretch, and then in 2021 when he missed a good chunk of the season with an injury. So we're talking about a guy who has consistently been an all-star caliber player. He is an all-star caliber third baseman. I wonder how his contract ages. I wonder how he ages. I wonder what the numbers he's looking for are, but we know he rejected a 6-year, $150 deal. He was about $50 million apart with the Astros. Could the Yankees maybe give him a 7-year, 180, 170 deal, wither down the AAV, have him for his age 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 seasons? I could see that happening, but we'll have to wait and see because we don't know if the Yankees are super interested in Bellinger, kind of interested in Bellinger. Maybe Bregman's just somebody who, how do I put this? Maybe Bregman is someone that is a Boris leak, that Boris is leaking their interest. But Cashman did address that, Bregman is someone that he has had conversations with Scott Boris about. So we'll see. We'll see how legitimate that interest is. Walker's amazing at first. Christian Walker is a truly excellent ball player, and I think that he'd really help the Yankees a lot. But I do think that the Yankees are going to, I wonder where the Yankees are going to go from there. I wonder if they're going to go to Bellinger. I wonder if they'll go to Walker or wonder if they'll go to Bregman. But it feels like they're going to get one of those corner infielders. What's up, L Train? Hope you're doing well. Guy Lasora says, what's up, Ryan? Hey, hope you're doing well, Guy. New York Yankees, if you see this, please do not sign Bregman. He's declining. LA Yankee Kings firmly, staunchly against the acquisition of Alex Bregman. Paranormal in the Funhouse says, hopefully a move happens while you're live. That'd be great. The MLB channel says, hi, what's up? The number one Yanks fan says, what's up? Why hasn't Fried's contract been announced? I thought the physical was today. Again, the Yankees can hold off on bringing him onto the 40-man roster so that they have more space in their 40-man roster and can manipulate it and do various things. They're going to hold off, I believe, on doing it until they have a chance. We have a super chat in here, and I want to emphasize this because, obviously I'm going to highlight this comment here. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you, NY Sports Fan 12. If the Yankees get Belly, would you put him in first or left field? I'd prefer that the Yankees acquire Bellinger with the thought in mind that he would play left field for the Yankees. Now, if they acquire Cody Bellinger and an opportunity to acquire an outfielder that you cannot resist comes up, you absolutely just bite the bullet. You put Bellinger at first base, who's a strong defender. It's not his defense. It's more so the value of having a first baseman who's more of a bat first guy than a defense first guy. And I'll get to what I mean in a second. But Bellinger's bat it's a little concerning in terms of his ability to be an elite hitter. I'm confident he can be a good hitter, but I don't think he's running out that, 800, 820, 830 OPS that, some of these first basemen can run. Christian Walker can run up an 830, 840 OPS. He's got 30 plus home run power with good OBP skills. Someone like a Pete Alonso, who I don't really love the idea of signing Pete Alonso unless it's like a super short-term deal, but I'm just comparing the offensive profiles here. Again, someone who can hit 30 to 40 home runs for you and put up an OPS in the 800 to 850 range. We see like a Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's one of the best hitters in the sport. Vinny Pasquantino, those kinds of guys. Josh Naylor, Nathaniel Lowe. These are guys who are going to run 800 plus OPS numbers and hit a ton of home runs. That's the kind of profile you prefer to have at first base. I understand that Bellinger isn't that, but of course, again, I'd prefer the Yankees get him to play left field. He'd be an excellent defensive left fielder. He's one of the few outfield options out there who I think can handle left field at Yankee Stadium and provide an above average bat and hit for above average power. I prefer him to play left field. I think that the first base market is robust. The Yankees can go out and get a Josh Naylor, go out and get a Nathaniel Lowe, go out and try to sign a Christian Walker, go out and try to sign a Pete Alonso to a short-term deal, go out and even try to get an Alec Boehm and move him to first base. There are a lot of things the Yankees can do. So, that's kind of, where I feel how I feel about right now. That's just kind of where I'm at. So what do we do with DJ Cabrera and Peraza? So Oswald Peraza is out of options. He has a fourth. He does not have another option. He used his fourth MILB option last season, which the Yankees were granted due to his injury during the 2023 season, during his injuries during the 2023, 2022 seasons, all that stuff, and the COVID year that wiped away a year of eligibility. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think Peraza is going to be here very long. I think the New York Yankees are going to move him at some point, or he'll have to fight for a job. Maybe he comes out of nowhere and wins it. As for DJ and Cabrera, I believe DJ is guaranteed a roster spot based on his contract. I believe Cabrera will also make the team. So, I think the Yankees are going to just kind of run with Cabrera and DJ as part of their bench. I am not really sure where things go with Peraza from here. Hopefully he wins a job and hopefully he proves everyone wrong and becomes a stud, but we'll see. Astros weren't trading Tucker to the Yankees. Let's all just hope that Tucker's available this time next year. I agree. The Yankees, it did not seem that the Houston Astros were particularly engaged in trying to deal with the New York Yankees. So, I would agree. I kind of hope that the New York Yankees are able to, I hope that it's something that the Yankees are able to circle back to in the offseason next year. I would argue that we all thought Verdugo would fit Yankee Stadium. He was bad. Fitting the stadium was an equal performance. And I think Bregman's professional quality hitter. I'd also like to use Juan Soto as an example here. Juan Soto was not supposed to fit well at Yankee Stadium, and he had the best year of his freaking career here. So, I think ball players play to the ballpark. I think great ball players play great. And I think Alex Bregman's a great ball player who will play great at Yankee Stadium. Again, this is a guy who's got like nearly 40 WAR through his age 30 season. Like, he may end up being a Hall of Famer. That's something that I think most people don't know about enough. He could be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And I think that's something that should be appreciated more. What's up, Brian? What's up, Prophet? There haven't been any updates in a while. Yeah, I mean, obviously the trade for Devin Williams, we knew the Yankees showed interest. Ken Rosenthal reported that earlier this month, but I was kind of shocked to see them trade for him. And I'm surprisingly shocked in a good way. Let's talk a little bit about Devin Williams here. Devin Williams, over the last 3 seasons, has been the best reliever in Major League Baseball in terms of ERA. He's run a sub-2 ERA in each of his last 3 seasons. He strikes out a ton of batters. He's got elite, and I truly mean elite stuff. Some of the things that I find super encouraging is that his overall stuff plus has improved. It is last year at the highest stuff plus of his career since 2021. His fastball stuff plus has remained solid. The changeup stuff plus has improved from last year dramatically. He's got demonic stuff. He's got a ridiculous pitch repertoire. I am so happy the Yankees have him on their team. I'm happy to see it. The Yankees have someone who prevents the long ball, misses a ton of bats, and adds that kind of talent to the roster. It's something the Yankees needed. It's something they lacked. He doesn't have, sure, he doesn't rely on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, but his fastball is still a good pitch because it's a low slot pitch. But the Yankees as a bullpen last year did not really strike out enough guys. If you look at overall bullpen strikeout rates, the New York Yankees were 12th at 12.3%. In terms of just being able to blow guys away, they weren't able to do it. They just weren't. Their fastball velo, I was kind of shocked to see this, but the New York Yankees, while they, are a team that doesn't throw the fastball a lot out of the bullpen, they had the 3rd lowest fastball usage from their bullpen. Four-seam fastball usage from their bullpen. In terms of four-seam fastball usage, the Yankees were 27th at 93.9 miles an hour. In terms of sinker velocity, the Yankees were 17th. And in terms of cutter velocity, they were 16th. The Yankees did not throw very hard in the bullpen. So having Williams, someone who sits in the mid-90s, add them to the middle of your bullpen and has that devastating, unique one-of-one changeup, it's something that I just, I love it. I love Devin Williams. So that's the one update we have from certified updates, but something that I absolutely love. Luis Arraez a viable option to lead off spot? Can't say no to anything, but I would prefer if the Yankees don't go down this route. Stuck with DJ. Contract looked better when he signed, but can't stay healthy and skills diminished, so he's not so quickly because he's not athletic. Yeah, he's not a great guy. He's not a great guy in terms of offensive production at this point. He's a great guy in terms of like personality. He seems like a great dude, but he's not a very good ball player, if a productive ball player at the major league level anymore at this point. I don't really know. He could be a 30-30 guy next year. If that's Tucker, absolutely he can be. Hello, what's good, Papa Joe? First time, hope you're doing well. Do not give him that long a deal. That's fair. We'll see, but I thought all along Bregman was the play. I kind of never really thought Bregman would be the play, but I'm starting to see that might be the play. Ben Rivera says Walker costs picks. So does Bregman. They both have the qualifying offer, but I think that now that Tucker's traded, the Yankees may not care as much to be able to replenish prospects that they didn't trade, if that makes sense. What choice do they have after a missed opportunity by Cashman to get Tucker? I don't think it was a missed opportunity by Cashman. I think it was an unfortunate circumstance where the best player the Yankees could trade for came from the Houston Astros, who the Yankees I don't think we're going to get Tucker from. We'll see how the Yankees navigate the rest of the winter, but I don't think that was really happening. Again, if you guys are here, we got a ton of people here. Thank you guys so much for showing up and showing us love. If you're new to the channel, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, like, share with a friend. It does really well for our numbers, and I really appreciate your guys' support. We've done really well lately, and it's all because of you guys. Just want to give you guys some love again. Thank you. Do you think Bregman will play first? Mike M., I think he'd have to be a third baseman. He doesn't have a powerful enough bat to play first base. Is there a one-year deal to be had at first base that allows us to move Bellinger and chase Tucker next year? I'd say that's Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana, and I'm just going to hire my chair so I can look taller. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That matters to me. Carlos Santana is a great defensive first baseman. He's older, which is a little bit concerning, but he does have a solid bat. He put up a 114 WRC plus last year. His bat fits very well for Yankee Stadium. He has a pull side approach. He hits lefties very well. That bodes well for someone like Ben Rice because you could potentially, worst case scenario, have Santana against lefties, have Ben Rice against righties. I think Santana's a good mentor for Ben Rice as well. This is an extremely patient hitter who squares up the ball at a high rate. He was in the 79th percentile in terms of squared up percentage. He still hits the ball decently hard. My main concern here is age regression. Is next year the fall off for Carlos Santana in his age 39 season? Is next year the year where he no longer remains a quality major leaguer? I'm not particularly sure. But again, the bat plays well for Yankee Stadium. It's always played well for Yankee Stadium. Every single year of his career in the StatCast era, Carlos Santana would have hit more home runs than he played at Yankee Stadium versus not playing at Yankee Stadium. I wonder if that's something that potentially allows Santana to, even his age 39 season, be kind of an ageless wonder for the New York Yankees. I don't think he'd have to be an elite hitter. A 110 WRC plus, I think, is something we'd all accept. Good amount of doubles, good amount of home runs, and he remains a great defender. That would be an anchor in the infield, a low-cost option. Again, I believe in Ben Rice enough where I'm willing to go to someone like a Carlos Santana. So that's where I feel there, and that would allow the Yankees to invest perhaps a lot more at third base or in the outfield. Again, that's just my opinion. You guys can take it kind of as you feel. Got Devin Williams. What about Carlos Rodon? When do we ever get rid of him? Can we include him with the Kyle Tucker trade? Number one, JJ, Kyle Tucker's been traded to the Cubs. Number two, Carlos Rodon wasn't going to be an attractive option that deal because of the money he's owed. And number three, I think it's kind of unfair to Carlos Rodon to just kind of call him a bum. He's a great guy. He pitched really well in the second half. I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing him pitch even better in 2025. So I'm not going to sit here and trash Rodon. I'm very happy about Devin Williams, though. Walker cost picks and international money. Yep, but I don't think the Yankees are extremely worried about that at the moment. We'll see. I feel like if they get the contract was the same, I'd rather get Alonso than Bregman. I'd rather get Bregman than Alonso on the same contract because I think you'd rather pay a third baseman than a first baseman. That's just positional value. Thank you, you too, Ryan. Guy, you're the man. Thank you. Walker at first base, Belly in left field or center. It would be Bellinger in left field because Jason Dominguez's profile is better for center than left field at Yankee Stadium, most likely. But yes, that would be a viable plan for the Yankees. Heard they're also talking to Alonso. I don't know what the level of, I don't think they're super into Pete Alonso. He's not a great defensive player, but something that I would love to see is if Alonso's, if Alonso's market kind of collapsed, could that be something that allows the Yankees to swoop in and go out and get someone like him? If it's a 1 or 2 year deal, Alonso is still one of the better first basemen in baseball. And you avoid a long-term commitment. I think a lot of Yankee fans and honestly the front office would be pretty happy if they could get a short-term deal. If they can basically rent Pete Alonso, not buy, but rent. Can the Yankees still get Tucker from the Cubs? No. I hate to burst your bubble. Off topic, should the Yankees target Anthony Santander? I'm against it because of the defensive structure of the outfield. I would like to get weird and see if he'd play first, but at that point, right, go out and get a first baseman. Lissandro Polanco, any free agent we can get at this point. We lose a second and fifth in the draft and $1 million in international money. Not exactly. It's any free agent with the qualifying offer. Big distinction to make. But yes, any of the premier qualifying offer free agents, Alex Bregman, Pete Alonso, Christian Walker, those guys are going to come with the qualifying offer. They're going to cost the Yankees multiple picks. I believe Teoscar Hernandez and Anthony Santander also received the qualifying offer. But one player who didn't, who could intrigue the Yankees, is Jurickson Profar, who put up a 139 WRC+, dramatically increased his exit velocity to 91.1 miles an hour, does have a swing that should play well at Yankee Stadium, and is someone the Yankees have targeted in trades before, and maybe isn't a super expensive option. I like Profar. I actually like his ability to play first base. I think that would be an interesting first base route to take, but I'm not 100% sure the Yankees are going to explore that. I'm not 100% sure the Yankees are going to explore that to play first base. And I'm not 100% sure I'd sign up for Profar in left field because I'd rather pay Teoscar Hernandez to be a left fielder at that point, considering that both of them are not great defensive outfielders. And at least Hernandez is fast and a much more powerful hitter who can certainly provide some thump to this lineup. I feel like Bregman's walk rate will go back up, but I don't know. Anthony Espenson, I'm bad at last names, but please help me with that. Anthony, I agree. I think his walk rate will go back up. He's still firmly above average in terms of chase rate. I doubt he runs a sub 8% walk rate again. Thoughts on Steven Romans? Zach, first off, thank you for showing up, man. You're here all the time, and I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. But Steven Romans there's not a lot of information out on him. There's only a lot of film, and film without data in baseball can be a little tricky. He's 5'11". He's a left-handed hitter, throws with the right arm, shortstop. I mentioned 5'11". He's got a sweet swing. Visually you can see where the Yankees are excited about him. Quick hands, all that stuff. Simple mechanics, positive mechanics. They got plus mechanics. Plus frame for someone who's a shortstop. And a left-handed bat, and it's a projectable bat, and you can sign it for $1.6 million in the international free agent market. It's huge. And the big detail here is that it counts towards your 2023 or to 2024 signing bonus period. So the Yankees have not touched a single dime from their money that they can spend on Roki Sasaki. But I don't think money is going to be the determining factor for Sasaki. I think presentation. I think the Dodgers are going to end up getting him. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see. The industry belief is that he'll go to the Dodgers, and I see no reason to feel differently. Right, we need Luis Ariz, a contact hitter, big time. The problem with Luis Ariz, he's slow. He's not very good defensively. That's something that I don't want to add to the Yankees offense. I do not want to add slow, not a lot of defense to the Yankee offense. That is something that I'd be scared of. Danny Nieva provides a super chat. Danny, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. You're always here. Salute Rye. Hit the like and subscribe, y'all. Thank you, Danny. And just like Danny said, guys, hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already. Appreciate you all showing up and showing out to hear what I have to say, because honestly, why would anyone care what I have to say? I can't believe that we have such an audience. It's kind of crazy for me to kind of even contextualize having so many people who care about what we have to say on an everyday basis. So thank you, Danny. Thank you again. You're always around. You're always supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and obviously very excited to be talking about the Yankees. And, honestly, and I'm going to level with you guys. When the Yankees didn't get Juan Soto, I was a little bit worried that we'd struggle to get people to want to talk about the Yankees still. And, I really worried about how much fun I'd have talking about the Yankees. And, I've had a ton of fun because I feel like this fan base, I've really learned a lot about this fan base over the last few weeks. A lot of fan base, I think, would kind of crawl under a hole, give up on sports, kill the interest. And, even without Juan Soto, you guys are still here, showing up, showing out. There's more of you showing up and showing out even without Soto. So, this is a fan base that's eager, that's hungry, and hopefully this franchise can deliver this great fan base a championship, because you guys have just been nothing but awesome to us. Honestly, at this point, go for Bregman. I hear you. I hope the Yankees sign Bregman. I hear you, man. Our offense is horrible, says El Barbu. We better go out and get Bregman and Belly or Alonso. We have no choice. I agree. The Yankees need multiple bats. Maybe not those three specifically, but they do need multiple bats. So, yeah. Dude is a cheat. He's declined since they got caught. They cheated in 2017. His best offensive season came in 2019. I'll push back on the notion that he's a cheater and is reliant on cheating to be a great player. I think the juice ball has just really helped him. Who's first base? I would love a first baseman. Yeah. Who plays second base for the Yankees? Jazz Chisholm if they get a third baseman, and maybe Ha-Seong Kim. Maybe they sign someone like Ha-Seong Kim or acquire Nico Horner. There are certainly interesting routes for them to take in that regard. Fib says not right now. No one right now. Yeah, they don't have a second baseman currently, or they don't have a third baseman currently, depending on how you look at Jazz Chisholm. No on the longer term deals like that for Bregman, Santander, Alonso. That's fair. I'm not saying it's crazy to think that way. It's fair. Trade Schmidt and others to the Padres for Ariz and Cease. Trade for Bellinger and sign Bregman. I think that the Padres are looking for bats. I think they would trade Cease for a position player-based package. I'd be in on trading for Cease, if they traded for Cease and then kind of went from there. But we'll see. I'm not particularly sure the Yankees and Padres match up very well in a deal, but I could be very wrong. I'd rather have Nico Horner than Bregman. So we have a reliable leadoff hitter. Sue me, I don't care. I believe Bregman's leadoff abilities are better than Nico Horner's, but I think at the cost, it depends. Can you get Nico Horner and throw in prospects? I don't know. I don't really know what the Yankees are doing here. I don't know what the game plan is. I don't know where they're going to go. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm kind of, lost a little bit, not in a bad way, but I didn't expect them to get Devin Williams. So what should I expect? What can I expect? There's a lot of, the Yankees seem to be lurking in the shadows. And that's kind of fun, right? That's pretty fun. That's where I'm at. It's pretty fun. Why would the Padres do that? I'd agree. Watch DJ play second for us, knowing Cashman, he'll do that. He won't do that. Santana 1 year, go after Tucker Murakami next year. I view Murakami, and look, I don't say this because I don't want Murakami to be good or that I never cared for him. I thought he was going to be a really fun player to watch if he remained. how do I put this? I really viewed the como se dice? I really viewed Murakami as one of the premier Japanese players, but his batted ball data has remained excellent. The problem has been the swing and miss rates. His swing and miss rates have gone, and that's something I'm concerned of. I'm not super happy to try to have to like. I'm not really happy with his swing and miss rates, and I'm not sure I'm really interested in going out and investing in bringing him over to the US and just giving him a roster spot and planning for him to come here. I don't plan for anything. I think you have to go out and contend with what you've got. So that's kind of where I'm at. I like him, but I don't want him for 8 years. I would also wouldn't want him for 8 years. I think 6-7 is a sweet spot range, but we'll see. Bellinger. I think Bellinger's going to happen. I think it's going to happen because they're shopping both. Yes, they are shopping season. Arise. Just don't think the Yankees match up very well with the Padres. New Bregman update. We just know that Bob Nightengale reported that the Yankees are expected to full court press Alex Bregman. Again, he could be wrong. He could be off. We could get this shot down in 24 hours. It seems that momentum on the Yankees and who they're going to get and who they're interested in changes with the wind. But that's kind of where we stand right now. So, yeah. When you get a new shortstop, I disagree. Anthony Volpe is at the very least an excellent defensive player. Horner can be had with Bellinger. You get a first baseman left field. You either get a first baseman or a left field who can play either, and your team's very athletic. Look, I just think that they would need a big time power bat to complement that group, and I'm not sure who it would be, and I'm not sure if they signed Christian Walker and they got Nico Horner and they got Cody Bellinger, I think that's a very good team. That's what I'll say. I think if they get those three players, I think it's a very quality team. I think it's a team that has, lineup, power at multiple spots, has a lot of great defensive abilities, can prevent runs at a high clip, and, just has above average players all over the diamond. I think that's the kind of Yankee team that, can win 99, 100, maybe 100 plus games. We'll see. Stop getting these 234 hitters. I don't think you should judge a hitter by the batting average. I think you should judge them by more than just their batting average. Right now, we lost out on Tucker, who we try to get for the outfield. I think the answer is obviously Cody Bellinger at this point in time. Alonso's with Boris will not sign short term. You say that, but, how do I put this? You have Matt Chapman, who did that last year. You have Blake Snell, who also did that last year. So, yeah. That's all for now, Ryan Garcia. I appreciate you, man. Belly's ex-Woba scary. Hopefully, Horner's part of that deal. I think that ex-Woba doesn't appreciate how often Cody Bellinger pulls the ball. And I think pulling the ball in the air, directional, how do I put this? Ex-Woba doesn't take into account, or expected Woba does not take into account batted ball direction. So a guy like Bellinger who pulls a lot of his fly balls can overperform his ex-Woba, and it's an approach that would work well at Yankee Stadium. I do think Cody Bellinger would be, how do I put this? Like an 115 WRC plus hitter. I see a lot of comparisons to Verdugo out there, and I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand how people look at Bellinger and compare him to Verdugo. They're very different kinds of players, if we're being honest. So, I think Bellinger is at least a plus player for the Yankees. I've been seeing too many Luis Ariz posts on my timeline. Should I drop the hashtags? Absolutely, Ken. You absolutely should. Bellinger's close. I agree. Do you think Bregman's declining? His WAR counting rate stats seem to be in line with his career averages outside of 2018-19. I think he's right in the middle of his prime. Got Bellinger and Nathaniel Lowe since Texas got Berger, left-handed bat, and good glove at first. Hey, if they got those two players, it'd be a better team for sure. I am concerned that they wouldn't have a second baseman, though, and there's no one internally I'm interested in. Heard Astros owner blocked Yankees trade. Yeah, I heard similar. That's why I want Santana to get him or Murakami. That's fair. Cabrera, Peraza, likely Pereira and a starter. Need another prospect needing the Bellinger deal. Better prospects than they take on Stroman. I don't think this gets the Bellinger deal done. I think the Yankees... I don't know what the Yankees are going to have to do to get Bellinger done. I really don't. I don't know what it's going to get Bellinger done. I don't. I don't know. It seems like the finances are the big hurdle here. Unrelated, but can't do silence because of Mets fans when Soto returns to Yankee Stadium, but maybe chant Yankees baseball for his at-bat instead of booing. Yankees baseball just ignores his at-bat. Ava, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know what Yankee fans should or shouldn't do. I understand if they... I understand if they boo. I don't think he's greedy. I don't think he's an asshole. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think the Yankees just needed to. I just think the Mets just made a better offer, and I'm not gonna boo him for it. I'm not gonna boo him for it. You can boo him for it. That's not my call. But I don't think I should dictate. As long as you aren't throwing stuff at him, as long as you aren't saying anything insensitive, if you're just booing, you have the right to. You paid for that right to be there and boo. So it's not my call. I will not make that decision. I will not, tell fans what they should or should not do. Cubs do not want to take on salary. They don't, but they're going to have to eat part of this Bellinger salary if they want the Yankees to give them anything or even do this deal. We're going to pay for Bregman if it means we can use him to better our chance at Tucker next year or at the deadline to extend him. That's fair. We'll see. Bellinger will not cost that. It's a salary dump. I think that I don't know how much money the Yankees are going to take, though. I don't know how much money the Yankees are willing to take. So Soto's not good for that. He would have had. So what I'm trying to emphasize that according to Baseball Savant, he would have had fewer home runs at Yankee Stadium in 2023 than if he played anywhere else. If he played in his normal ballpark that he did in 2023, which is Petco Park, and then he came over to Yankee Stadium and became a better hitter because that's just something that can happen. I don't think it's. I think it's expected home runs is important. It's an important stat if your profile remains the same. But for some hitters, their profile changes. And Bregman's profile changed a little bit in 2024. So I think maybe his 2024 profile is a little more accurate or reflective of his overall profile than anything else. We'll see. I could be wrong. I could be kind of coping here. But, that's I think it's just I think Bregman's a good player. I think Bregman's a great player. I think a great player is just I just think he's a great player. And I have a hard time going like, oh, he's a great player, but like, he won't hit well outside of Yankee Stadium, even outside of Houston, even though all his numbers suggest he'd be totally fine away from Houston. Do you think Bregman's sudden drop in walk percentage is concerning or more of an outlier? More of an outlier. He chased a little bit more, but I don't think he chased enough where his walk rate should have dropped from 11 to like 7%. I thought it should drop to like 9%. So yeah, Marcus Stroman will be fine. Let the pitching starters clear out and he'll be more in demand. Patience. I agree. DJ's not going to be a starter second baseman. Am I high? I hope you're not. Or, I don't care if you are actually. This doesn't affect me. Like I do whatever you want. I'm a pretty pro freedom person in that regard. Arenado a better choice than giving Bregman a long-term deal? I fully disagree. Now, this is a player whose profile does not fit well for Yankee Stadium. He's a huge pull fly ball guy. That's where all of his power comes from. He's got no raw power. His plate discipline's declined. He's 35 years old. Like, that's way different to me. Unless you got like Lars Nootbaar in this deal, for nothing, basically, and you traded like Will Warren, you got Nootbaar and Arenado. I'm not for this, yo. I'm not for this. I do not think Arenado is a player that you should target. Nootbaar is a player that should target. Nootbaar is a good player. Maybe if you do Arenado, Nootbaar, go get a first baseman. Maybe that's someone like Christian Walker, but then you've got a pretty old corner infield, and I don't love that, right? Like you get a little bit weird. Maybe you I don't think you get Nathaniel Lowe without giving up an arm. Maybe you give up like a reliever, like a Jake Cousins, 4 years of control. Nathaniel Lowe's got 2 years left. Maybe there's a 1 year, maybe like a Yandy prospect. So you go, he's old too. If you got Nate Lowe, I'd be happy with this actually, because then you could have Nootbaar, Judge, Lowe, Stanton, Chisholm. Arenado's not a very good. I just don't think Arenado works Yankee Stadium. I'm not gonna talk myself into Nolan Arenado. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Make the Astros pay. I would love to by just beating them. Is Luis Robert trade off the table? I'm still in on that for what it's worth. I think it's not off the table. I wonder if the Yankees could circle around to that. Would Cubs trade Bellinger and Tucker to the Yankees for a bigger package? No. Bellinger, yes. Not Tucker. Luis Robert sucks. He had a really bad year this year, and I'm a little bit concerned about his long-term outlook and a little bit concerned about his makeup, but I wonder if just getting out of Chicago would make him try a little harder. Can't be bitter or angry about Soto. He went for the money as expected, and all the Mets did was what we loved as Yankee fans about throughout the George Steinbrenner years. Yeah, they just offered him a shit ton of money. That's fair. We got another super chat from Danny Naba, and I'm going to put this on the screen now. Danny, I apologize. Where is it? Oh, we got a lot of start stuff. I'm going to go through all these super chats. Hold on. Trent Ortiz, Bregman third base, Bellinger left field, Alonso first base, get it done cash. This would make them a lot better of a team. I don't know if they're going to foot the bill. I think we signed another starting pitcher, Clark to the bullpen, Stroh gone. I think they'd sign another starter to trade a starter like Clark Schmidt. But I like that. Thank you again, West Coast Yankee fan. Danny Naba, our rotation and bullpen are fine. We just need a couple more pieces, but so far we're pivoting lovely from Soto. Cohen and Soto have awoken the empire. I would agree that the Yankees have done a really strong job of pivoting. They have improved their pitching staff dramatically. This is one of the best pitching staffs in the sport, guys. Let's look at some of the projections in terms of WAR projections right now. The Yankees have one of the best projected pitching staffs in baseball. I believe they're 6th right now in projected WAR on their pitching staff. And, the Yankees are an organization that will always have a worse FIP than their ERA because they play, or have ran worse FIPs in their ERA because they have a lot of ground ball guys and guys who limit damage contact at a particularly high rate. So, I feel good about the condition of the Yankees pitching staff right now. We'll see if they can continue to improve going forward. Let me just keep kind of going through these comments here. The Sean X doesn't like Bregman because it says he's not tall enough to get on most roller coasters. Come on, Sean, I love you. He's like, come on, he's not even that short. He's like 6 feet tall according to Fangraphs. He's not that short. If 6 feet tall is short, well, I guess if I was going to say if 6 feet tall is short, then I'm a midget, you would just agree. So, yeah. Let me get through these comments. I'm sorry, I'm way behind on comments. Where are we in this comment section? There we go. What do you think about Williams? He's a dynamic pitcher. Do you say demonic stuff? Yes, Devin Williams has demonic stuff. It's something that shouldn't be. Like, if Devin Williams threw a changeup in the 1600s, he'd be put on witch trials. Plus, on the Mets, Soto only helps the Yankees, except for the head-to-head games. Yeah, he does. He's not in the AL. I guess that helps. Astros owners unwilling to trade to the Yankees. I agree. They're talking about Bregman, not Soto. I'm mad that Soto is gone. I'm not mad that Soto is gone, but to say he wasn't projected do good at Yankee Stadium is wild. No, it's not. I'm telling you, look at the expected home runs. There were articles put out that Soto wasn't going to perform as well at Yankee Stadium. I'm saying that kind of stuff was stupid at the time because Juan Soto's a great player, and great players play great wherever they go. They are not reliant on the dimensions of a ballpark. They're reliant on their excellent skill. That's my point, that it was stupid when people said it then. I think it's kind of stupid when people say it now about Bregman. Tucker was officially dealt to the Cubs. No need to discuss. I agree. Bregman makes all the sense. Fair. Boone sacrificing Cortez in the World Series embarrassment got us Williams W. I don't think that's what got us Williams, but that's funny. Also, this Devin Williams trade coming out of nowhere is crazy because it tells me Cashman's playing his cards close. Might have more crazy up his sleeve you aren't expecting in getting bats. I would agree. Yankees offense is cooked this year. Let the offseason play out. It's December 13th. I'll pass on Bregman. Fair. Would you rather sign Bregman or Torres? Bregman's a better player. Trade Stroman to San Francisco. They need pitching. I could see it happening. Boone's a horrible manager. I disagree, and I don't think the fundamentals are his fault. I think they just played sloppy baseball in the World Series. The nice thing about Devin Williams is he mixes an insane strikeout rate with an ability to limit hard contact. Most relievers, even the elite ones, I feel are either one or the other. I agree. They're either super home run prone or don't strike out enough batters. I fully agree with this take. 100% agree with this take. Bregman is a borderline star. That's exactly what we need. I agree. I think the Yankees need star talent on offense. I don't think the Yankees should care about the price tag right now. They need star power on offense. Bregman will cost you superstar money. If he costs you 25, 26 mil a year, he's worth it. He's a 4-WAR, 5-WAR player. That's worth it, in my opinion. It just is. It just is. Bellinger's next. Verdugo doesn't hit the ball hard at all. Here's the difference. Bellinger doesn't hit the ball hard, but he hits it to right field in the air. Verdugo doesn't hit the ball hard. He hits it right on the ground. There's a fundamental difference, right? There's a fundamental difference between this stuff. That's kind of where I'm at. Get Bregman to entice Tucker to stay. I don't think that's going to entice him to stay, but if it does, hey. I want Bellinger. Fair. Yankees seem to as well. I'm fine with waiting to sign Tucker, but I don't know about giving Bregman big money long term. That's fair. What about trading for Luis Ariz? A little bit concerned that he doesn't profile very well defensively anywhere. I'm fine with waiting to sign. We talked about this. If you keep the rookies, you save money anyways. I think Dominguez, Wells, and Volpe will start. Volpe and Wells are second, third year players, but Dominguez is a rookie. Bellinger's going to strike out like Verdugo. He actually does run similar strikeout rates to Verdugo. But they do a very good job of, he does a very good job of hitting the ball in the air and pulling it in the air, whereas Verdugo doesn't. I fully believe the Cubs will flip Tucker at the deadline. I hope you're right, and I hope it's to the Yankees. And I don't think it's a horrible trade for them if they go out and they commit to getting better. So, yeah. Stroman to Detroit for Scooble. Johnny, you're smoking crack right now. I don't think the Cubs will re-sign Tucker. I hope you're right. Bellinger's overrated. He'll suck on the Yankees. I hope you're wrong if we get him, right? That's how I feel. Get Walker, Bellinger, Bregman. Yeah, I would love this. Santana, yes. Good OPS. Yeah, you had solid OPS numbers. Reiner smaller than Caleb Durbin. No, I'm 5'8". I believe Caleb Durbin's 5'6". Higher my chair is the most 5'6" heads I ever heard. I'm 5'8". I'm going to get through some of this here because, like, I apologize. Danny Neba goes again. Hopes Cubs stink and they trade us Tuck at deadline. Yes, I agree. I'm going to skip through a little bit here. I apologize. I'm just so behind on comments. We're getting so many. This is sick. Pete Alonso is Kyle Tucker's best friend. I can't verify this. Do you think the Yankees should sign Corbin Burns? No. Schmidt could be in a big trade and get Bueller here. Yeah, that could happen. Ryan, give me some positivity. I don't want Bellinger as the primary offensive piece, and it seems like he's going to be. I also don't want Bellinger. I'm not sure what can be done offensively. Look, the trade market is interesting. I wonder if the Yankees are able to be aggressive there. But I do agree. I would not want Bellinger as my primary offensive guy. I wouldn't want, I wouldn't want whatchamacallem. I wouldn't want Bregman to be the only hitter they get either. The Yankees are in a very weird, peculiar spot where they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do next. It's going to be super weird. It's going to be a weird offseason, but the Yankees seem to be, for lack of better terms, Yankees seem to be acting in an abnormal fashion. They seem to be kind of wheeling and dealing. So, yeah. Getting Bregman Alonso would be funny because he ended Williams' Brewers tenure. It would be pretty funny. They get Walker Bellinger. I'd be okay moving Cabrera to third base. No. They need an infielder. Get someone on the dirt. I'd rather play Rice than play get an infield. I'd rather get Rice. At that point. Heel for Casas, blockbuster. There's no way this happens. There's no I'm going to be honest with you guys. Red Sox fans would murder Craig Breslow right now. I would love this though. I would love this. I would be such a big fan. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'd be such a big fan, but no. Might be a tough trade to make, but I'm high on Luis Garcia from the lefties. Lefty, good defense, good overall player. I think he's a strong player too, but I don't fully believe that the Yankees would have a chance to get him. I don't think the Nationals should move him. Marte is 31 and signed for 3 years. Why give up heel for 31-year-old? Is this about Ketel Marte? Because I would trade Luis Heel for Ketel Marte yesterday. Yesterday. I fully disagree. So, yeah. Robert Jr. is intriguing. I love buying low on upside guys. David Bednar. I think Bednar would be interesting, but, I don't think that he's going to end up being a Yankee. I think the Pirates would rather keep him, kind of let him rebuild his value. I don't think the Diamondbacks would do this. I'm going to be honest. I think the Diamondbacks would say, we have 3 years with Ketel Marte. He's a superstar. We're in a contention window. Luis Heel is a good pitcher, but not a dominant one. He's not an ace. I think the Astros would say, I think the Diamondbacks would say no to this, and I'd say they think the Yankees would do this in a heartbeat, if I'm being honest with you guys. I think they'd do this in a heartbeat. I think any Yankee fan with a brain would do this in a heartbeat. Let's see. Dom D's incredible clubhouse guy, one of the best power in the game. His defensive deficiencies are so overrated. If that's P. Alonso, no, his defensive deficiencies are very properly rated. He's a terrible defensive first baseman, but he is a good clubhouse guy and he's a good power hitter. So, again, I'm open to it on a short-term deal. Don't want to actively pursue him. I'd like to have him fall into our laps. We need Bregman to move Jazz to second. Yeah, I would love the defensive fit of that. I just obviously have a concern regarding the long-term money. And I think everyone has that concern, but Bregman, I think, is a good player, and I'm going to stand by that. What do we got here? We've got Cubs were 83-79 last year. Not really good, but 4 games above 500. I think they'll be very good this year. I think they'll contend for the division, if not win it. Predict the rest of your offseason, in your opinion. I think the Yankees sign Bellinger. I think they trade for Bellinger. I think they kind of shock everyone with a trade. I think they're going to shock everyone with a trade. I'm just not sure who it's going to be. Going to take a guess here. Going to load up some second basemen. We're going to go to qualified plate appearance. We're going to go to set it to 300. I got it. I know who they're going to get. They're going to target from the Minnesota Twins, Edouard Julien. I think they're going to go get Edouard Julien. He had a disappointing year last year. The Twins don't really have a fit for him. I think they're going to get him. I think that would be a shocking thing. I think that'd be not a shocking move, but like a wild move, a weird one. And I think that they'll go get security in left field with Bellinger and security at first base with Walker. Richard K, we need a left-handed batter, correct. It's Wells, Jazz, and no one. Again, Dominguez is a switch hitter, but I think Jazz is a good left-handed hitter. I think Wells is a good left-handed hitter, but I get it. I'm only saying Julian because I just think they're going to do something weird that we don't see coming. I could see Willie Castro, someone who makes $8 million. I think that might be actually a little more realistic because I'm not necessarily sure if the Twins are looking for anything crazy back for him. He put up 108 WRC plus last year, played in 58 games, 3.1 WAR, would have hit more home runs like Yankee Stadium. Good speed. We'll see. Switch hitter. Horner, would love Horner, but I don't know if that's happening. That's interesting. They went to school together. You're right. I forgot about that. I did forget about that. Cody barely gets 500 at-bats a year, shoulder suspect. For sure, he has some injury concerns. As much as I'd love a couple of solid offensive bats, Kyle Tucker already left. I'm sorry, Lady Bombers thoughts. He's a Chicago Cub. Bregman possible? I think he is. Swear to God, isn't Julian supposed to be God himself? Carlos, my man, I remember. That's an inside joke that I feel like a lot of people are not going to get, but don't worry. Cody Bellinger. Holy shoot, I'm off right now. Where'd this comment go? Carlos. Yeah. So Julian, I remember when he first came up, there was a lot of talk about him. So yeah. Career for Bregman. Okay, let's make one thing clear. If Carlos Correa was available, I would target him immediately. I just don't know how available he is right now. Maybe he's a shocker trade. Maybe he's the one where like, what the hell? What's going on here? Does Devin Williams count as that? I think Devin Williams counts as that. I think he does. I could be wrong. Say yes to Jacoby. I think Jacoby Ellsbury and Alex and Cody Bellinger are so different because Cody Bellinger and Jacoby Ellsbury got a 7-year deal. Cody Bellinger's a 2-year deal. He can only burn you for 2 years max, and he might only burn you, not even burn you, might give you one pretty good year and then leave. So, yeah, I don't know. Arise, my son. No, I'm joking. Edward Julian. Yeah, I don't know if that's something like I'm interested. Like I'd be, but I'm not sure. Brian Reynolds for Schmidt in minor leaguers. The Cubs. Gosh, I need to stop. I need to slow down a little bit. Okay. The Pirates, I think, are looking more for bats. Pavin Smith for Chase Hampton. I'm going to look at Pavin Smith's offensive numbers right now. I know he's with the Diamondbacks. I know he's got some interesting data with him. But when you're talking about Chase Hampton, I want a proven bat kind of, or at least a young, interesting one. Let's see what Pavin Smith's got for me. Pavin Smith. Hey. Okay. Might like what we're looking at here. Where does he play? Can he play first? Not very well. Not a great defensive first baseman. Kind of a shit one, for being honest, guys. Right? Kind of a dog shit one. Doesn't really play much. He's kind of a dog shit one, but that's fine. How is he against righties? Does he hit righties at all? And how long has he been good for? For 1 year, basically. He's 28. What is his numbers against lefties? Can he hit lefties at all? He's got 20 at bats against him this year. He's more of a righty killer. I could see it. I could. I'm just not sure I'd do it. Maybe we'll be a Tiger. We'll see. Heel for Giambi. I would love if we could just respawn Jason Giambi. Look at Walker's numbers if he isn't at first base in the Diamondback system. Is he even in the show? He has an 800 OPS every year. He's he'd be in the show, JT. He would be. Bellinger and Reg, don't know who, or Bregman. Yeah. I think I'm good on him. I don't think Vlad's going to sign with the Yankees, nor do I think the Yankees should invest that kind of money in a first baseman. So, sue me. Jake McCarthy for Hampton then. I could see the Yankees saying yes. I'd see the Diamondbacks wanting a proven MLB pitcher. I think McCarthy's someone who's pretty good. A pretty good player. But you need, if you're going to get Bellinger to play first and then sign Bregman. Could see it. I don't know. I could see it though. Could Brandon Lowe be available? He could be. I'd like the Yankees to be interested. I'm just not sure what his market is, what's going to cost to get him, all that stuff, and his health, of course, which is always a concern. Roki Sasaki would love. Think he's going to the Dodgers. Luis Robert, depends on the price tag, but I'm at least interested in hearing it to what it is. Does Bellinger even have a market? What's our competition for him? I know the Braves like Bellinger a good bit, and they don't have as much to offer as the Yankees. They also, lastly, do not have what I would consider to be, como se dice, dinero. They don't really have the money. So the Yankees, I think, can outbid those offers. Santander, I think he's a good fit offensively, but a bad fit defensively. I do not want Ryan McMahon. Yeah, he's never been a good player. Like, he's never had a good offensive season in his career. So I do not. Yono Quiero. Yankees Mets World Series. I could see it. Could see it. Definitely could see it. Yeah. Bellinger, Walker, Tanner Scott. We'll see. I mean, I don't think they should sign a reliever at this point, but we shall see. Profile instead of Bellinger, I think he's a better offensive fit. Defensively, he can only really play first. I'm not sure he can play the left field right now. Brian Reynolds, he'd be great. I just don't think the Yankees are going to go out and trade for him because I don't think the Pirates are going to move him. Brendan Donovan, would love Brendan Donovan, but I think at this point they're going to have to go out and sign a pitcher if they want to acquire Donovan, because it would require them to deal either trade for trade Heel or trade Schmidt. And I'm not sure who the Cubs value more. Bregman and Bellinger are good players, just not Soto and Tucker. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, again, for sure, Bellinger and Bregman were considered players who, were 6-7 WAR guys, but unfortunately, yeah, they're just good, not great players. And you kind of miss not having a great player on your team. Astros wanted Lombard in this deal. The Yankees said no. I genuinely just think they weren't going to trade him to the Yankees. I don't know what package it put together for Luis Robert. I'd say like Lombard and maybe another prospect. I don't know. I really don't. I'm not sure. I want the Yankees to get Pete Alonso, just stick it to the Mets. I want them to do good things, not do anything for the Mets. I don't have any, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Well, who would play second base in 2025 for the Yankees? I'm going to say Jazz Chisholm is my guess. I'm not sure. We shall see. We shall see. Yankees needed a bat, even with Soto. Offense has gotten so much worse. If they can get quality bats around the diamond, I'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. So, yeah. Do you think Williams gets extended in season? Could be. And if he gets a contract, 4-year deal, $15 million a year, maybe? We'll see. How good is Lombard? I think internally organizations love him. We'll see if how he develops, though. We'll see. I'm not sure. Don't be surprised if the Yankees sign Kepler or Margot. I could see them signing Kepler. But if they sign Kepler, I'm going to have to see a couple of things. I have to see a great second baseman or third baseman and a great first baseman. So, acquire, let's say a first baseman. Let's say you sign Cody Bellinger and you traded for, you do need acquired like a Nathaniel Lowe or Josh Naylor, and then you acquired Kepler for cheap. Could totally see that. So yeah, imagine if Judge slips or gets injured. That was the same case last year, though. If he got hurt, it would also hurt them. So I don't know why this point's relevant. Machado, if he was available, I still wouldn't want him. Not gonna lie. We need a leadoff batter. Yes. Santander, it's a home. Look, he's a great offensive fit for the Yankees. He's just not a great defensive fit. M-Row next year for sure. Murders Row next year for sure. Padres always will deal, though. We'll see. Yandy Diaz would love Diaz. Not sure if the Yankees are going to get him. Let's see. Adios, amigos. Great show. Hey, I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. Yeah. Near the hour mark. Probably going to go just eat some dinner. Enjoy the night from there. Which bring back Vesuvius in desperation. Okay, we're really getting to the depths of hell. I'd trade Heel and package for Tatis Jr. right now. I'm sure the Yankees would too, but I don't think the Padres care to trade Tatis. That he's a bargain. He's a bargain. They're going to trade their other players before they can trade him. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, don't want Santander just giving numbers. That's fair. Walker Rizzo can't run to first base. Okay, Walker is not I hate the this guy's not a great athlete. Because, he's a Gold Glove first baseman. How is he not a good athlete, that's where I'm at. Yankees trade for Trout and Sean Noel. They're not trading for Trout. Give the Padres ownership. Yeah, I would give them everything for them, obviously. But yeah. If we bring back oops, you're good, man. Santander, look, it's not his bat. Santander is a fine hitter. I think people are underestimating how good of a hitter he is. He's just a hilariously bad defensive player. Great live. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that so much. If we bring back Verdugo, I'm killing myself. Real shit. That's fair. Bregman, Robert, Santana is bare minimum from bats. Anything else would be atrocious pivot. I think it's bold to assume that's even the best combination of hitters Yankees can get. That's very subjective, I feel like. Fuck it. Bring up Spencer Jones to play first base. Not going to happen. Got signed Tim Hill next. Would love it. Well, that comment shows how much you know, Ball. Golden Glove is Christian Walker. Okay. Fair. Christian Walker has the best defensive numbers for any first baseman over the last 3 years by a country mile. Is that good enough? I think that's good enough. What's a player comp for George Lombard Jr.? God, I'm not sure. I really, sir. So that's the minimum, Ryan. I'm just saying that the minimum, the comment was Rizzo can't run to first, not Walker. Gotcha. Yeah, I think Walker's a more than fine athlete. Yeah, it makes so much sense. Get Tanner Scott. I don't think they should get Tanner Scott. That cost them a qualifying offer. Just go get bats. We're going to take these last few questions here. I think it's stupid to call Walker not athletic, which is something to clarify that Ryman was not. This guy was not saying that. It was someone else previously to clarify. Ketel Marte would love Ketel Marte, not happening. Walker's amazing. He hits tanks. I agree. Christian, yeah, he's sick, man. He's dope. We need 3 bats desperately, for sure. I just don't think that you can say it's a certified combination of bats. I think they need any combination of bats they can get right now. Yeah, imagine if they give us Tucker. It's not happening, though. If we're smoking crack, can we get J-Rod? I wish. How much would we be willing to pay Bellinger cash-wise? I'd be willing to pay like $14 million of the $26 million he's owed for next year. Don't be surprised if the Orioles and the Astros make a trade. They have made trades before, and they are familiar front offices, but I'm not sure what they would trade for each other. So yeah. No, he wasn't. I get that, but I do agree that he wasn't like a very good defensive right fielder. Yeah, he's the best defensive right first base of the majors. He doesn't get a qualifying offer. You're right. I still don't want him because he's going to cost a lot of money. I want bats. He's not going to be a bench player. No, I doubt this. How can you talk about a player you've never watched? Don't know who that's in reference to. Yeah. Offensive priority, they must feel decent. I agree. You want to get guys who can play defense and hit a little bit. New bar is cool for sure. Player comp Simeon, that'd be a great player outcome. No Bregman, no Alonso. Hell no. Fair. Bring Glaber back. I just don't think the defense. I don't think it's going to happen. Cowser for Framber could happen. I disagree. I don't think the Orioles would trade 4 or 5 years of AL Rookie of the Year finalist for 1 year of Framber Valdez. Shortstop Cabrera and trade Volpe. No. Should have traded Heel. They would have. Okay, I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure which comment it was. I was like, which comment were we talking about again? Sasaki or Buehler will be a Yankee potentially. Aaron Judge. They just developed the Rookie of the Year. Austin Wells. They just developed like the Yankees just had 2 Rookie of the Year finalists and the Rookie of the Year. You realize that, right? Cool. Paul Goldschmidt, I'm against it. Unless if you got Tucker, I'd be like, all right, I don't give a fuck. But you didn't get Tucker. We're gonna start wrapping up now. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. We'll answer more questions for you guys. We'll be going live again. Alex and I will have an episode for you guys tomorrow. As always, if you guys like today's live stream and enjoyed this kind of content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you all sticking around and sticking through for the entire live stream. Again, we're going to be doing more of these. Hopefully there's more action to talk about in the upcoming weeks. Thank you all again. I love you all so much. You guys are the best. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and of course this YouTube page. You guys know you can check out Fireside Yankees on all those social media platforms. And of course, you guys can check out my personal Twitter account at Ryan Garcia ESM. And last thing I wanted to point out, if you guys are interested in written content, we have EmpireSportsMedia.com where we've got all of our written coverage. Again, thank you all so much for discussing and sticking around. Have a great Friday night, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Love you all.